Hello, everyone. This is Dan Gramza, and welcome to dangramza.com Market Studies for Monday, December 1st. Well, let's see what's happening here in the markets. We had a shortened session on Thursday and Friday. Next week, we have a lot of data coming out, especially job data. But here on Friday, fairly quiet. But what's important here in the Russell, as we saw in the other indices in the advanced video, is that we're seeing a stronger close going into the weekend, a shortened day for trading, but still buyers are here, a strong close for month end as we're finishing that month up. So what do we look for on Monday? Well, we look for follow through. Now, if you haven't looked at these videos before, it's a daily chart we're looking at. The green line represents a buy line, and the red line represents a sell level. If you see a dashed line, it means that something had happened earlier in the week. So what do we look for here? We do look for follow through. Buyers are here. Can they get the job done? Let's take a look. Well, let's take a look. Let me move it back a little bit here. Let's look at the euro. The difference between the sell level and the buy level in the euro, just to give you a feel, is $125 a contract. Follow through, yes, but be cautious here. This is a market that I call a false sense of security. Could easily back off. I'm looking for an inside day on Monday. Feel the same way about the Swissy in terms of its behavior. Mr. Yen, these differences in the dash line is $125 a contract. Sideways move is what we're looking for. They're selling the rallies in the yen. Aussie dollar off to the races, the very positive move for that market. Sell to buy level there is $480 a contract. But you know, this market, the Aussie dollar, is bumping its head against some major challenges. British pound volatility broke to the downside, rallied, and it's closing, it traded above its buy level, but right here it's closing below that. So it's underwater going into the weekend. A dollar difference down here between the sell and buy level is $243.75. Let's move on. And when we see what's happened with the Canadian dollar, very strong move. Wow. But I don't look for follow through on Monday in that market. Look for an inside day. Difference between that sell level down here to that buy level is $430 a contract. And when we look at what's happening with Bitcoin, well, dollar difference to sell down to that buy level. And again, I'm just giving you a reference on that contract, what that means. That's $72,775 a contract. So a fairly large move in that market. What's going to be interesting is, do we follow through? It's bumping its head up here, so be cautious on the long side. And the 10-year notes dollar difference buy to sell level in that market is $718.75. Do we look for follow through? I'm looking for an inside day. Is this bearish? Yes. But if yields now go up, then we'll see this follow through to the downside. I'm not expecting that, and I feel that way about the bonds. Look for an inside day in that market. Dollar difference, sell to buy level or buy to sell level, $250 a contract. Gold buyers are here. Same thing with silver. Be careful here with silver. As we've talked about before, it can lead the way. You don't want a vertical market here, but we're going to monitor that as the week goes on. The same thing holds true in copper. Be careful here. It's heading up, but I don't think it has fundamental support. The difference in crude oil, sell to buy level, again, just to give you a reference, that's $270 a contract. I'm looking for a sideways move. Nat gas. Now, this one is clean. However, Sustainable, I still have my doubts about that, but dollar difference buy to sell level in that market is $300 a contract. So be careful here. We could have what I call an equal and opposite. And in soybeans, positive close dollar difference between the sell and buy level in that market, $350 a contract. Corn rotated to the new next contract, which is March. So we're looking for follow through, but a quiet day on Monday. Wheat difference between the sell and buy level there is $800 a contract, and I'm looking for a sideways move. It's a neutral zone trade. Well, those are my thoughts for today. Hope you found something helpful. Look forward to being with you again next week. In the meantime, take care.